Right, so here is a binomial expansion question. We're supposed to find the first three terms in ascending powers of x of the binomial expansion of 1 plus kx to the power of 16. So 1 plus kx to the power of 16. Okay, so the first term is going to be 16 choose 0. The next is 16 choose 1. 16 choose 2. And then 16 choose 3. So then we have to take out 1 to the power of 16, 1 to the power of 15, 1 to the power of 14, 1 to the power of 13. But of course, 1 to the power of anything is going to be 1 anyway. Now we've got our kx term. So kx to the power of 0, kx all squared, kx all cubed. Okay, so what does that give us? Well, the first one is just 1. The second one is 16kx. The third one is 120k squared x squared. And the last one is 560k cubed x cubed. Right, now we're told the first three terms are 1 minus 4x and px squared. So that means that our first term, 1, is just 1. For the second term, minus 4x is equal to 16kx. So if we divide both sides by x, then that means that k is minus 4 over 16, which means that k is minus 1 over 4 in its simplest form. And then for the third term, px squared is equal to 120k squared times x squared. Again, we'll divide through by x squared on both sides, which means that p is equal to 120k squared. Well, that means that p is equal to 120, and we found k, which is minus a quarter squared. So that's equal to 15 over 2. So that's the first part of our question done. Second part. Now we've got a two-stage expansion. We've got 2 plus 16 over x times 1 plus kx to the power of 16. And we've got to find the term in x squared in the expansion of gx. Okay, so what we do, first thing, we expand 1 plus kx to the power of 16. And then second, we multiply by the other bracket. Okay, well, we've done the expansion. Let's think what's going to produce x squared. So in the bracket, I've got 16 over x, so I have to do 16 over x times something, and I want to end up with x squared. Well, this is the same thing as multiplying 1 over x times something to get x squared. So I need to look at the x cubed term. And I'm also going to have 2 times my expansion, which means I'm going to have to look at my x squared term. So the two terms that I want to look at is I've got 120k squared, x squared, and I'm going to multiply that by 2. And then I've got my 560k cubed term, which I'm going to multiply by 16 over x. So now that's going to give me 2 times 120, that's 240k squared times x squared, plus my 8,960 k squared. Sorry, k cubed x squared. Now remember, we know what k is. K is minus a quarter, so that gives me 15 x squared, and because k cubed, and now k is negative, that means we get a minus 140 x squared, and that's equal to minus 125 x squared, and that's part B taken care of. But the important thing is the order we do this in: do the expansion first, then multiply by the second bracket, because the second bracket is not raised to a power.